Now this ought to be a good time.
Alright guys, what is going on? DTC Explorer here, and today we're going to be bringing you episode 3 of State of Easter Eggs in the Call of Duty Zombies franchise. I've got a couple of things to show you guys today. A couple of smaller Easter eggs were discovered in Shadowsville that we're going to go over, and there's also some more confirmation of the Wonder Fizz in the new map Der Eisendrache. So without further ado, we're going to get right into this video. Alright guys, so first up here we have the Noir Easter egg on the Shadows of Evil. At least the first part of it anyway. We think there's a way to turn this off, but if you make your way down to the waterfront district, go into the boxing arena and go up to the top, you can actually activate a black and white mode similar to Double Feature, but it doesn't work exactly the same. It just changes the screen. There's no like additional mode or anything that we know of yet. But you basically have to go over to this red chair, go to the right of it, crouch down, and look up at the photo at the top, and just press the use button, which would be X on Xbox, F on PC, you know, etc. And then your screen will just turn black. You don't really get too much of an indicator. It is glitched sometimes. Some of the effects take it off, like Beast Mode and Parasite Rounds take the color off, and then it comes back. But that's just a really quick little thing that was discovered. We'll update you guys as soon as possible if anything new on that comes out. Alright guys, next up, so something we didn't really point out in the breakdown of the trailer is the Wonder Fizz machine that does seem to appear in the video. In the bottom right of this image here, I got it kind of circled with a red box and the comparison of the one from Origins there. The one that we see doesn't have the orb in it, but you can, it's just one that hasn't been activated yet. So it's not active, you can't really go there to buy the Wonder Fizz from, but I do have a zoomed in screenshot of it as well that we can show just to show the location again. And it's definitely the Wonder Fizz machine, unless it's just some new mechanic, but I mean it looks exactly like it. Alright, so one thing that I haven't really talked about too much is, I mean, the Apothicon language that we did get. It is incomplete. The image that we got from the trailer is just a small part of what we're going to need to be able to comprehend for like all the maps coming up. It's so big that every map's probably going to have something to do with it, and it's going to be used, and it's going to be needed to do some important parts in it. I mean, we still don't have a wonder weapon upgrade, guys. We haven't really found too much new to it, other than the fact that you get different quotes every time for, like, for getting, like, the 10 kills with the Margwa in. One's like Zornash, not Aruha Zornash, which is some word ID gun, which stands for the Wonder Weapon or Apothicon Servant or whatever you want to call it, and then another Zornash, which we don't really know what that means yet, and we don't have a definition for it, unfortunately, on the sheet. But there's another one that comes up. It's like Zornash or Akanzar, which is like open something, open whatever this is, and then there's also a quote that went with the ID gun that got something along the lines of like power up or feed the ID gun, which, I mean, again, there's just nothing. We don't have the complete language, and it's gonna take a while for us to comprehend everything that's on there. I don't know how they were expecting us to learn any of this stuff without like the cheat sheet that they're giving us, or if they even were expecting us to do it at all. They're just like, oh hey, we'll drop DLCs with like some information in it, and they'll start going back and playing the old maps again, because they're gonna be figuring out new stuff, and it's gonna be fun. And it's really not gonna be fun, because I really kind of want that Wonder Weapon upgrade before we get Der Eisendrache, because otherwise we're just gonna be pumping out videos for that and never going back to Shadows of Evil. At this point, it's really, the replayability for me is slowly dying. I mean, again, I'm having a lot of fun trying to figure out the stuff, but after a certain point, it gets boring. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to bring you guys up to date on the Apothicon language and what's going on with it. I mean, some people are trying to, like, take certain parts, like Zor and Gua and Na and stuff like that, and they do share similar symbols, but some of them aren't consistent, which makes me think that they just did that just to do it, because they didn't want to keep making up different, like, symbols. I mean, it's a possibility. We're really gonna have to wait until we get like a more up-to-date symbol list. Alright guys, that's just about gonna wrap up episode 3 of State of EEs, or Easter eggs, you know, all that good stuff. I hope you guys had a great Christmas this holiday season if you celebrate. If not, again, happy holidays, and I hope you guys are having a great time with family and all that stuff. We're going to be doing more live streams, like I said, picking it up. I'm getting some equipment set up now in the house. Once we get that done, we'll be doing a lot more videos and gameplay for you guys, and hopefully figuring out what's going on before Der Eisendrache releases.